Howdy, Simmers. Today we're doing something that is long overdue and also is the complete opposite of what I've been doing lately. Today we are building a cemetery. Specifically, we're building a cemetery for my Cardigan legacy. If you are not familiar with my channel, I have a Let's Play series going on right now called the Cardigan Legacy, and Gen 3 is a toddler at the moment, but we are still holding on to the gravestones of our Gen 1 Sims, and we desperately need somewhere to put them. And I have been meaning to build the cemetery since Life and Death came out. Well, actually, I've been meaning to do it since before Life and Death came out, but then I found out Life and Death was coming out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until we properly have this pack and can actually build cemeteries. So I waited, and then I didn't get around to it, and now I am. So that's what we're doing today. But I decided to start by making basically this kind of funerary home. I don't really know if that's what I want to call it. We have we have an upstairs and downstairs kind of memorial space, I guess. So in the future, when Sims do pass in my Cardigan Legacy series, I will probably host a funeral here, and then we will put them in our cemetery, which is going to be attached to this building. So yeah, honestly, I kind of wish that I had made this a little bit bigger. I probably should have built on a bigger lot, but I'm gonna be honest, I've never built a proper cemetery before, and I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do this, so I stuck with the smaller lots. I'm more comfortable building on smaller lots anyway, but I felt intimidated by bigger lots, so that's why I went with the smaller one. And I think the Cardigan Legacy, I'm only going to play through 10 generations anyway. This lot should have enough space for each generation, because I don't expect to have a lot of Sims in each thing. I want to keep the families relatively small. I have a family that I've been playing with for several years that has had some big households in the past, and I got very overwhelmed. So I don't expect to have a lot of Sims at one time. I think my max is maybe like 5, maybe 6 with a pet, but definitely not more than that. I am never going full household, and when I do inevitably have a full household in the future, reference this video and call me out, okay? I am giving you permission to call me out on this. But yeah, so starting with the downstairs, I kept everything really small, kind of private, just because, respect thing. It's gonna be kind of a quiet, sad place, and I don't imagine many people coming to the cemetery anyway. It will probably mainly be strangers, because I think cemetery lots just by default have, random Sims show up claiming to know some of the departed. Not the case in my game. So it's like, when I put this down, I know we'll just have random people who claim to be friends of like Harmony and Penny, and I'll be like, no, you weren't. So, but yeah. So I keep everything fairly the same. I think the upstairs has a slightly different color scheme than the downstairs, but other than that, they're pretty similar. I didn't go like too extravagant with anything. Although I do think the plan originally was for the upstairs to be kind of nicer, I guess. I think my original plan was like downstairs is gonna be like more of the normal people stuff. The upstairs is gonna be for the rich people who have passed. Did not end up being the case because it was just so small. And the reason it's so small is because I wanted to keep things kind of closed off so as not to interrupt, other funerals and stuff. I didn't want people just randomly wandering upstairs to join in on, a funeral service that isn't theirs. So, yeah. But we have a little hallway, and there's a door that leads to the outside from this hallway. So, which I feel bad. Anyone coming from upstairs will have to come downstairs to, there isn't an easy access way down. But I'm excited. I haven't put this down on my actual Cardigan save yet, but I am looking forward to doing it. I'm actually really excited to get Harmony and Penny out of Daisy's inventory, because those gravestones have just been sitting there for a while now, and I'm sure Daisy's had enough of carrying these things around. But I keep everything fairly neutral. Nothing is personalized or anything. I'm not trying to have it be personalized. So, yeah, moving on to the upstairs. It's a slightly different layout, but I do keep everything fairly the same. I think we just had a bigger spot here. Yeah, so you can see there's more seating up in this area, but we do still have a little kind of seating section here. So, yeah. It didn't turn out bad at all, but I definitely think in the future I may try to build something a little bigger. I don't know if that's a good idea, to try and expand on this or, you know, just completely build a new cemetery. But I think for my first real attempt at a cemetery build, I did pretty good. Now, I didn't add any, like, crypts or anything to the build because A, didn't really have the room outside, but B, I kind of want to just, like, do my own thing outside, which is why when we do get to the outside, you'll see I don't really put anything down. So I finish out my requirements, and then that's kind of it, because the idea is that I have to fill it up with, you know, the Cardigan family. So I didn't want to put just, like, a bunch of random graves around or anything and, you know, be like, oh, yeah, these are Cardigan members. No. So outside is fairly empty. You can see I kind of started with the idea that I was going to put more out, and then I was like, hold up. So the only things that we do have really in the back are these two kind of grave, like, stone slab things. And I'm thinking that's kind of where I'll put Harmony and Penny. So they get their own little section as kind of the heads of the Cardigan line. You know, the very first people in our series. So, yeah. We're just going to do a bit of landscaping, and then we are done with the build. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hop in, and I will show you the Cardigan Cemetery. Alright, so here is the cemetery in full. You can see it takes up, like, the entire lot. So we have plenty of room for all of the Sims that will eventually go here. But let's go ahead and start in our funeral home. And there is a gate to the inside of the cemetery, so you don't actually have to go through the building to get into there. But let's go ahead and come through our front door, and we're met with another door, surprisingly. But we have our small hallway through here. Not a lot really going on for obvious reasons. But if we come through here, you can see we have just some artwork on the walls. We have the little books that you can, like, write your name in to, you know, say, hey, I was at the service. Our first little room, we just have a few things of seating. I feel like this is more of, like, the room where you would come in, do a proper viewing, I guess, and then kind of leave. So, I don't know. This definitely feels more like a room you would just stand in than sit, just because there isn't a lot going on in this room. And then upstairs, we come around the stairs here. We have a little bathroom right here. Nothing too fancy, just something to get you by. And then through here is more of, I guess, the proper kind of area. So we have a bit more seating in here. And yeah, so slightly different color scheme up here than downstairs. But we have that book again, more seating, more tissues, you know, the whole kind of situation. And then back down in the hallway, we have the door where you come out here, you access the cemetery. You can see we just have a couple of benches around, and then the slabs over here where I'll end up putting Harmony and Penny. That is the cemetery. That is our whole kind of situation right now, and this will fill up over time as we play through that series. But yeah, I think it ended up being kind of nice, honestly. I do usually put my builds on the gallery, however, because this one is specifically meant for my Let's Play series, this one is not available on the gallery. However, if you would like me to do another cemetery build in the future for you guys, definitely let me know, and I will do the best that I can with it. And I will make it even better than this one, because there's not much going on in this one, honestly, but for obvious reasons. But yeah, if you enjoyed the build, you know, let me know. And I hope you guys look forward to seeing it in action in the Cardigan Legacy series. It's definitely gonna be interesting seeing it once it's all filled up in the end. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss anything. Be sure to follow my socials. Links are below. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.